Hey, what's up guys, it's Renaldo here. So this video is going to focus on convicted criminal Julius Malema saying that rich white people need to pay for poor people's water and electricity. That's right, because there's an endless supply of rich white people in this country, and apparently according to Julius Malema there are no rich black people in this country. Now, before we get into the context of this video, please be sure to subscribe. It's absolutely free. The overwhelming majority of you that regularly watch my content aren't subscribed, and you can fix that by just clicking the subscribe button below. Alright, so let's get into it, shall we? Julius Malema says white people must pay for water and electricity for poor South Africans. Yeah, nice. Anyway, this article is brought to you by newsday.co.za. I highly recommend that if you would like quality journalism, that you visit their website. It's refreshing to actually see a mainstream media outlet taking themselves serious enough to report just on the facts and not introduce their feelings. I'm not being paid to say this, by the way. I just really enjoy quality journalism. Economic freedom fighters, EFF leader Julius Malema says that rich people who are the whites must pay for services for poor South Africans. Malema made these comments during a speech at the EFF second plenum at the Birchwood Hotel and OR Tambo Conference Center in Boksburg. He likened paying for water and electricity to paying for school fees, explaining that poor people have free schooling for their children. Lucky them, right? I mean, unfortunately, you see, what happens is the expectation then come that because we got this for free, then we must get that for free. And when we get that for free, then we must get that for free. It's just a never-ending cycle. He said paying monthly for water and electricity is unfeasible for poor people and that they should be subsidized by rich white people. Yeah, because there's an endless supply of rich white people in this country. And white people make up, what, 5% of the population in South Africa? But apparently, hey, you know, down with white people and kill the boer, kill the farmer. But hey, please, your money, we need it. The rich must pay. We must charge them more in subsidies. Those who cannot pay in the township, he said. The rich must pay for the poor because the rich have stolen from the poor. It is time to pay back. Yeah, that sounds like an educated person right there. The rich are the whites. The rich are the politicians and businessmen who have left us in poverty in the townships. Says the guy who is a member of parliament, who is a leader of a political party, and who, according to VBS, has got a couple of businesses. So who exactly are you speaking about here, other than yourself? Because you are a politician and you are a businessman. Ask VBS, they know all about it. Malema said South Africa should be a country where the rich fight for the poor to lift themselves out of poverty. Okay. We are a country where we are scared of the rich. The rich means the whites. We are scared of the whites, he said. I mean, this reads like a toddler reasoning with an adult. This is what it sounds like. It's just so absolutely absurd. And yet this person gets paid 1.4 million rand a year to represent you as a South African. Make it make sense. He argued that making the rich and hence whites pay high water and electricity bills means they would be paying for the benefits they received during apartheid. I did a thing the other day where I worked out the average age of a politician that was in charge during apartheid. And they would be 91 years old today. So, and that was on the lower age. If they were like 55 in 1990, they would now be 91 years old, which means that the overwhelming majority of people that had a hand in apartheid has died. But apparently the apartheid ghost still haunts Julius Malema or every single waking moment of the day. Malema said that the EFF would fight to ensure that the poor do not suffer further by paying for water and electricity. Very rich coming from the alleged VBS mastermind, right? Yeah, that is who we pay 1.4 million rand a year towards. Julius Malema, a member of parliament, somebody that allegedly stole money from the poorest of the poor through VBS, who lives in Sandton, whose kids go to private school. he apparently doesn't have to assist, but rich white people have to do it. You know, the same people that every single time he gets an opportunity, he sings the songs about killing them. That guy, Julius Malema, he is the one that is telling rich white people to pay because they stole the land, they stole everything, and they benefited from apartheid. Because that's the reasoning that we are dealing with in 2026. You know, the forever sin, the evergreen argument that can be used because, you know, people don't want to actually be held accountable for their own actions. Irrespective of the bullshit that Julius Malema is trying to spin in order to get more votes for his party that is collapsing in on itself at this very moment, the black middle class is bigger than the entire white population of South Africa by some margin. And yet, instead of actually, you know, perhaps bringing a valid argument to the table, even though, you know, communism and socialism has taught us that if you give things out for free, then those people just expect more things for free. And then eventually the people that are paying for all of this decide we're not going to pay for it and we're going to leave this country and find a place where our wealth can actually be preserved. And money that we do pay towards the government actually goes to improve the lives of the people. Where in South Africa we can clearly see that does not happen. But despite of bringing an argument to the fore and saying rich people, not rich white people, rich people, which is still a very stupid argument, but an argument that is not based on race, at least, which is a better argument. No, I mean, that's too much, you know, because everything that Julius Malema can blame is the fault of white people. Even though the only reason that he is actually a member of parliament and has made it so far is because of white people, because of his consistent attacking of white people. That is why he is where he is. So I hope that he's aware of the fact that one day when he is old and when he is on his deathbed, when he looks back, he has to realize that all the wealth that he accumulated, all the benefits and statuses that he's achieved through his life was because of white people. I hope he realizes that, because this entire statement by him, in which he said that, you know, rich white people need to pay because they benefited from all the wrongs in this country, it's just peak EFF and peak communism and socialism. And that is why I can't wait for the 15th of April, when the judge, in my opinion, will hand down a sentence of 5 to 7 years of direct imprisonment for Julius Malema. And I'm just very happy about that, because then at least for 5 to 7 years we can just have some peace and quiet. Yes, I know he's going to appeal it, but I feel that the magistrate in this case did a really good job to future-proof it from appeals. And hopefully, even if it takes 5 or 6 more years, at least we will have that peace and quiet when he eventually goes to jail for breaking the law. He himself broke that law. But then, of course, what does he do? Who does he blame for the fact that he was found guilty? White people. That's right. So to conclude this video, thank you to Julius Malema for once again clearly demonstrating the caliber of person we have in parliament that taxpayers pay 1.4 million rand a year towards. You know, white people, colored people, Indian people, and Asian people all pay his salary, but he doesn't really care about anybody other than black people. And you want to know why? Because they are the ones that vote for him to go to parliament, and then the rest of us have to foot the bill. Typical South Africa in 2026. And that's pretty much all I gotta say. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please be sure to smash that like button, share this video far and wide, subscribe, remember it's free. And if you would like to contribute to this channel, then you can consider becoming a member. You can do so by clicking the join button below, and it will cost you 39.99 Rand a month, and that is in support of me and this channel, and it will be greatly appreciated. And that's pretty much all I gotta say. Till later, cheers and peace out.
You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say, I wear my massacre. You don't even know me, but every time you see me, you say, I wear my massacre. I wear my massacre. You don't even know me, but but every time you see me, you say, "My massacre, my massacre."